Hello guys, and welcome to another video of quick math tips. And for today's video, we're going to mentally get the value of any square root of any number. Let's begin. Now, in order for us to get the square root or approximately the square root of any number, we have to be familiar with our perfect squares. Let's say one of these examples is 25. The square root of 25 will just be plus or minus 5. Another one would be the square root of 49. And the square root of 49 would either just be plus or minus 7. Okay? So let's begin. So let's say we want to get the square root of 38. So again, guys, just a reminder, this is just going to be an approximation of its value. So let's begin. So the square root of 38, our first step is we just wanted to get the perfect square that is just below 38. So in this case, we can have the square root of 36. The square root of 36 will just give us the value of 6. So that's going to take care of our whole number. So we may have plus or minus 6. And in this illustration, I'll just use its positive value. But take note, we always have either a positive or negative value of any square root. Let's continue. Our next step is we're going to get the difference between 38 and 36. And the answer to that will just give us an answer of 2. So we're going to place R2 right after 6 and just a little bit above and smaller than 6. We are now going to get its denominator. So how do we do that? We're just going to take a look at our 6, okay, and then double its value. So, multiply it by 2. So if we multiply 6 by 2, that would just give us an answer of 12. So therefore, the approximation of the square root of 38 will just be 6 and 2 over 12. Or we could simplify that more into 6 and 1 over 6, which is again just equal to 6.17. So therefore, the approximate value of the square root of 38 is just equal to around or approximately equal to about 6.17, and its actual value is actually 6.16. So if you notice, the difference between 6.16 and 6.17 is very, very small. So it's a very, very good approximation for the square root of 38. Let's proceed with the second example. So let's say we want to find the square root of 47. So again, the first step is we're just going to look for a perfect square that is just below your 47. So in this case, that would still be the square root of 36. The square root of 36 will just give us an answer of 6. So that's going to take care of our whole number. Next step, we get the difference between your 47 and 36, which would just give us 11. So that's going to take care of our numerator on its fractional part. And then for our denominator, again, all we need to do is just double the value of 6, which will just be equal to, again, a value of 12. So therefore, the approximate value of the square root of 47 will just be 6 and 11/12, or that's about equal to 6.92. Now, the actual value for the square root of 47 is actually equal to about 6.86. So again, guys, 6.92 is a very good approximation for our actual value of the square root of 47, which is 6.86. Let's try it out again. So let's try to create a different number. So let's say we want to get the square root of 129. Okay, so our first step, we're going to look for the perfect square that is just below 129. So in this case, that would then be the square root of 121. The square root of 121 will just give us an answer of 11. So that's going to take care of our whole number, and let's go find out what's going to be our fractional counterpart. So in this case, we subtract again 129 with 121, and that will just give us an answer of 8. So we write down our 8 as our numerator, and for our denominator, again guys, we're just going to get twice the value of 11, and that will just give us an answer of 22. So therefore, the approximate value for the square root of 129 will just be equal to 11, and 8 over 22, we could simplify 8 over 22 as just equal to 4 over 11, or that's about 11.37. Now, the actual value for the square root of the square root of 129 is actually just equal to about 11.36. So take a look at that, guys. Our approximation is very, very close to our actual value, which is 11.36. Let's try to have one last number for today. In this case, we want to find out what's the square root of 18. So again, guys, let's take a look at what's the smallest, or what's the next square, or the perfect square that is just below 18. Okay, any ideas? Okay, and that will just give us an answer of the square root of 16. The square root of 16 will just give us an answer of 4. So that's going to take care of our whole number. Let's take a look at our fractional side, or our decimal point, or our decimal side of our number. So again, all we need to do is just get the difference between your 18 and 16, and that's just going to give us a value of 2. So that's going to be our numerator side, and for our denominator, we just double up the value of 4, and that will just give us an 8. So therefore, the approximate square root of 18 will just then be 4 and 2 over 8, or that's about equal to 4.25. Now, the actual value of the square root of 18 is actually 4.24. So 4.25 is again a very good approximation of our actual value of 4.24. So guys, that concludes our video for today. And if you like this video and want to see more similar videos just like this, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Thank you and see you next time.